Hello everyone, Dad Life here, and today I have a very special guest with me, my oldest son, Isaiah. Come on in, Isaiah. A round of applause here. All right, Isaiah. He required that we had his grand entrance with the applause when he came in, so we had to make sure we did that right. The reason Isaiah is joining me today is we are going to be doing a father and son movie review of a movie we both were really excited for, Dogman, the movie. Isaiah, why were we so excited for Dogman?
We had every single book except for Big Jim Begins.
Yeah, so we have...
Fat Jim Begins.
Yeah. So we've read every book together except for the newest one that just came out, right?
Uh-huh.
And I would say they're probably one of our favorite books we've read together, right?
Yeah, I've read some of the Big Jim Begins in school.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Your friend brought it to school and you got a little sneak peek of it, right?
Yeah.
So we're going to get that one and read that one soon. But we have read these since you were relatively young. We've been reading these books together, so we were really excited.
Since we were in our other house.
Yeah, so for a while.
Before all three of the YouTube channels.
Exactly. So we've been longtime Dogman fans. When we like the Captain Underpants movie, who is made by the same people. So we were very excited for the Dogman movie, and we finally got to see it. And we just wanted to share our opinion of it as a father and son.
In the Dogman movie.
What's that?
George and Harold were in the Dogman movie.
All right, well, we'll get to that in the review. So some people might not even know who George and Harold are. We'll have to fill them in. But anyways, we were very excited. We finally got to see it. So we wanted to share our thoughts as a father and son to hopefully give you guys some input into if it's a good movie for you guys to go see. So right off the bat, some of you may know Isaiah is very into animation. He is an animator himself. He likes to... he has a couple different series of animations he's working on, and he's also a very tough critic on animation styles. Whenever we watch a cartoon, he really critiques the animation style. So, what do you think about the animation style in Dogman?
I think it's really good. It's a lot like the animation in the Captain Underpants movie.
Yeah, it is very similar to the Captain Underpants movie. So if you've seen that one, animation style's very, very similar. Both Captain Underpants and Dogman are originally written by Dave Pilkey as the author. They're both films were created by the same team, so it makes sense. Do you think that the animation style captures the book well? Do you think it connects with the art style of the books?
Well, yeah, I saw a video that said they tried to make it look like they tried to make the 3D models have texturing to where like it looked like they had paint strokes.
I definitely noticed that. They did have like kind of, even though it was 3D animation, they gave it kind of like a hand-drawn look. I thought they captured it really well.
Yeah.
So what about the overall story of the movie? What did you think of that? Maybe you could give a quick summary of it without spoilers. Big warning, Isaiah loves to give away spoilers. I warned him to try not to do any major spoilers. But give a quick summary of the movie, no spoilers, of the story.
So basically it starts out with this dog and a police officer driving through the city after like this cat, and they end up on a roof of a building, and the building has a bomb on it, so they explode. And the cat named Petey, he gets away.
And Petey's like their arch nemesis at this point, right?
Yeah. Yep. And the police officer, his head was like destroyed, and then the dog's body was destroyed. So they decided to make a Frankenstein-like creature called Dogman.
Very good. I think that might be a good stopping point for now. And that is the basic premise. So for any of you parents out there who don't know what Dogman is about, it's basically about a cop and his dog partner who blow up in an explosion, and they attach the dog's head to the police officer's body, and then they become like a super cop. Because oddly enough, their team, the original police officer was really good at karate and kung fu and stuff, but he was really dumb. And the dog was really smart, but he had a dog body, so he was limited by that. And so when you combine the intelligence of the dog with the human karate body, they became like a super cop.
In the books, it's shown that Dogman is able to read.
Yeah, so...
They probably gained that ability from the man.
I don't know, because they acted like the dog was smarter from the start. But anyways, so as you can probably tell by that quick description, this book, the books and the movie are very like wacky and crazy, right? It's like very over the top silly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Would you say this is like on the same level of silliness as Captain Underpants, or more or less silly?
I think it's. I think this has more of a story than Captain Underpants, but it's still just as silly.
Yeah, they're both pretty wacky. Now, as far as the story, did you think that it like stay true to the books, or did they change a lot? What are your thoughts on that? Because I noticed, and we talked about this a little bit, some of the changes they made. Maybe talk about those again with trying not to give spoilers, but just some of the changes and what you thought about them.
So here's a change. So there's a news reporter named Sarah Hadoff, and in the books, she looks a lot different than she does in the movie. I thought it'd be a lot easier. I feel like if you're able to make the doctors look the same as they did in the books, then you'd probably be able to make the news reporter look the same as she did in the books.
Yeah, so they did change up the looks of that character. And there was a couple other things, like they gave a little more backstory, I think, into like the dog and the man who they became one, but like their backstory, because like in the books they didn't really have a family or a girlfriend, and in the books they kind of added that, right? In the movie they added
it gives the police officer a lot more personality,
right?
Because in the books he's kind of just some guy who got exploded.
Exactly. Yeah, in the books you don't really know anything about the police officer whose body is being used by Dog Man.
All you know is he's dumb and he gets exploded.
And he can do karate. But in the movie they give a little more detail into that. But I thought for the most part, overall, they stayed pretty true to the books. There wasn't, I think if you're a fan of the books, you're not going to be disappointed, in my opinion. I think it stayed pretty true to it. Would you agree with that for the most part?
There was a building that farted. It was great.
Yeah, so that is one of his favorite parts, is there's, without going too into the exact story, there's a building at one point that comes to life and farts, and it was hilarious. That's the type of humor you're going to be getting from Dog Man, is a lot of, well, we didn't tell everybody, how old are you?
10.
10. It's a lot of humor that 10-year-old boys are going to love. It's a lot of farts and burps and wacky stuff. Yeah. But we enjoyed it. It was really good. From a parent's perspective, okay, that's enough. From a parent's perspective, it was a fun movie to watch with him because we had good memories reading the books together. It is mostly wacky, silly, just funny. But it did actually, I was surprised, work in a good message, a good lesson into it. With the character Little Petey, he's a very optimistic and positive character, and that contrasts the Petey character, who's very negative and mean. And they had a very cool relationship, and the arc there kind of taught a good lesson overall in the movie. With that said, this is not a movie you're going to go into and like feel a whole bunch of warm and fuzzies and like learn a bunch of life lessons. This is a movie to go to just to have fun and laugh and kind of shut your brain off for a little bit. You don't have to think very deep, but it was a lot of fun. So I really liked it. I would give it 2 thumbs up. What would you give the movie overall?
I give it 3 thumbs up too.
3 thumbs up?
But
how many thumbs do you have? Oh, got the toes in it. He gets it 2 thumbs and a big toe up. That is a big recommendation. So we really liked it. I think if you have read the Dog Man books, it's a must watch, right? Mm-hmm. If you've read the Dog Man books. Now, here's a question though. If you've never seen Dog Man, would you suggest parents take their kids to see this if they've never read a Dog Man book? Do you think they still would like it?
Maybe.
Maybe?
But there was a big problem with this.
Uh-huh.
No, it was a problem with... No, it was more of a the craziest thing that happened, the biggest plot twist.
What? Don't give away of the...
There was no toilet paper in the closet.
What?
Chief said, it's a big emergency.
Oh, okay, yeah. It's one of the jokes in the movie about missing toilet paper, but yeah, I don't know what that has anything to do with people who haven't read Dog Man, why that would affect their enjoyment of the movie. I personally think if you've read Dog Man, it's a must watch. I think if you haven't read Dog Man, there's nothing that you're missing. Like, you could watch this movie and get everything. It's not a complex thing that you have to know the whole backstory from the books. I think no matter what, you'll enjoy it if you're looking for just a fun, lighthearted movie that doesn't take itself serious and is just wacky and silly. I recommend it. If you liked Captain Underpants at all, it's a very similar humor. So yeah, I think definitely worth checking out. Yeah, any final thoughts you want to share with everybody about the movie?
Well, the final boss, I'm not telling you who he is, but they never explain how he became a cyborg. Because in one of the books, it shows how that happened. But in this, they just kind of do a quick summary of what happened. And then after that, they just go with it.
I think that's a good point you just made, in that if your kids have not read the Dogman books and you go see this movie, they're going to want to read the books afterwards, because it's going to get them interested in it, and there is some backstory that the movie doesn't go into that is covered in the books.
Yeah, but it's specifically going to be explained in the second book, I think it was called Dogman Unleashed.
Yeah, so though that information isn't, you don't have to know that going into the movie, but if you're wondering about some of the backstories of some of the characters, you definitely can dive into that in the books after watching the movie. So this is something we're going to hopefully keep doing. We're going to do our father and son movie reviews when we go and see some of the fun kids movies that we enjoy. So stay tuned for that. Please hit the like button on this video. Drop your comments if you are a Dogman fan. Let us know in the comments. And then please subscribe to stay tuned for more content in the future. But until next time, have a good day.
Oh, I need my celebrity exit.
Okay. Bye-bye. All right, have a good day.